My name is Gabriela. Gabriela Minstrel was a name that she picked for herself. She picked her name. Gabriela loved words and sounds and stories. When she was a little girl, she lived with her mother and Emelina, her sister, in a small house in Elqui Valley in Chile. She could see the Andes Mountains from her bedroom window. When she couldn't sleep, she imagined that there was great and wonderful things like polka-dotted zebras and rainbow-colored flowers. Gabriela loved words. She loved how they sounded when she spoke them. She liked how she felt and how she could express how she felt. When she saw the word beautiful fluttering, she thought it sounded like a poem. She taught herself how to read, so that way she could read other people's stories. She read stories about princes and princesses, about birds and flowers, so many stories. She liked to write as well. She wrote poems, sang songs, and told stories. Using the words that she knew, she told happy stories, sad stories, stories about moms, stories about babies and little children. She played school with all of her friends. Gabriela was the teacher, and her friends Sophia, Anna, and Pedro were her students. Pedro did not like her sometimes because she made him write his ABCs until he knew all his letters. But these were important so he could tell his story. In class, they would sing songs like, "The chubby chicks are saying peep, peep, peep. It means they're cold and hungry. It means they need to sleep." Sophia loved that song. During recess, they would run and have fun and laugh and play. When Gabriela grew up, she became a real teacher and a writer. She taught the children of Chile, and they became teachers as well. She wrote poems, happy poems, and sad poems, and stories of mothers and children. She wrote poems about all kinds of animals. She also traveled to very faraway places like Europe, to France and Italy. She traveled to Mexico, and she traveled to the America. Everywhere she went, she wrote and taught and met teachers. She saw all the children of the world. Her stories went with her, and people from all over the world loved her sad and happy stories. They loved her stories about women and children, and they loved her stories about animals. And because everyone loved her stories, she won a very special prize. It was the Nobel Prize for Literature. She accepted the grand award and thought about her beautiful home back in Chile that looked at the Andes Mountains. And she thought about all the stories that still need to be told. The end.